Well, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic with the studios with your weather update here on your July 23rd, 2026. Well, about what we expected for this afternoon. Cloudy skies for a lot of folks. Some sunshine, especially further south you went. And we are getting some scattered showers and storms just kind of getting underway right now. And we're going to remain unsettled here at least through Saturday. We still have the flood watch up for parts of North Georgia. We'll show you the latest on that. And it looks like we're going to dry up and heat up as we go into next week. Now, before we get rolling here on this update, if you're new here to our YouTube channel and you live anywhere across North Georgia, I'm on a mission to turn this into a professional 24-hour weather channel, which includes a video weather cam network as well as a professional weather computer, and I can sure use your help. It's about subscribers, so please just subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all our weather updates. Thanks a lot. All right, let's get into today's update as we're looking at cloudy skies there in Dahlonega for this afternoon. Definitely keeping the temperatures down just a bit there. And here in my backyard in Braselton, Georgia, we get a little bit of sunshine and clouds out there. Currently sitting at 89 degrees outside my back door right now with the clouds and sunshine. Local radar showing things starting to bubble up a little bit here, starting to get all these little spotty little showers here across the area, and that's going to continue, I think, here for the rest of the afternoon. They'll start increasing their coverage here as the day progresses. And looking at current temperatures out there, definitely warmer here to the south, seeing all these upper 80s down here, but we got upper 70s and around 80 up here to the north. So again, depending on your level of cloud cover, obviously will have a dictate on how warm you get for today. Now, looking at the regional radar, you'll notice that this moisture is streaming up this way, coming in out of Alabama, coming into Georgia as the daytime heating is going. And it's really, notice this on the satellite picture here. Of course, this is our tropical storm that's making landfall here, Bertha here, right along the Texas-Louisiana coast. You notice it's throwing up some moisture in and into this cold front, the stationary front's going down here. So that's going to act as a bit of a damming mechanism. So some of that tropical moisture will ride along that boundary a little bit as it gets picked up and may enhance the rain chances just a little bit. So we're going to say goodbye to Bertha. It's going bye-bye as it tracks off toward the west through Texas and kind of washes itself out. But in the meantime, we're going to have to deal with the excessive rain threat here for today and tomorrow especially. Now, because this thing is all lit up in yellow doesn't mean every city, every location is going to get this. What this means is that the potential for some of these showers and thunderstorms to drop very high rates of rain, up to 2 inches an hour anywhere in this location if you get a storm over you. That's what that means right there, okay? So as we take a look at the tomorrow's outlook, it looks very much the same. A lot of North Georgia here covered, even more Georgia covered here for some potential heavy downpours and localized flooding, depending on whether the storms fire up in the afternoon. By Saturday, it does start to back off. That's the good news there. And by Sunday, it's gone. Sunday and Monday, we're just going to heat up and dry out as we go into early next week. So current watches and warnings. Here's where the current watches are up from Trenton down to Cedartown, over to Homer, and then up to Hiawassee. So they added a couple of counties there, adding into Union and also getting into White counties added in here as well. So again, we got the watch for those individual storms that may drop some locally heavy rains in these locations. Now, the good news is with this, we're not expecting any severe weather. The next 3 days, the 3-day outlook here looks like a general thunderstorm threat. Not to say that we couldn't see a special weather statement or two. That's still possible. But just a general threat here going into Friday and also into your Saturday. So that's good, at least the good news on that front. Now, let's look at the model data here. This is the rapid refresh model. It's going through the loop here. And what it's showing here is scatter storms rest today and for tomorrow. It is backing it off on Saturday. The Europeans continuing to stay a little wetter there on Saturday, so I'm not going to mess with that rain chance on Saturday just yet. I'll leave that in place for now. But the trend is for Sunday will be a drier day anyway, and going into next week, we're just going to be plain old hot. The feel-like temperatures by the middle of the week next week looks like we'll be topping 100 degrees once again. We may be falling back into heat advisory criteria as we head to next week as well. Now, let's take a look here at the total rainfall potentials here. Let's take a look at this off this model and give you an idea of what you're going to see. So let me switch this over to that. And you're going to see, again, this thing kind of fill on in here as it goes through the loop. And you're going to see, again, these storms can dump some very localized heavy rains depending on where the storms kind of line up. But you do notice it does back off there going into Saturday. So I'm going to take this all the way to the end. And, again, you can see there's 3.5 inches near Dalton, 3 inches near Dayersville, 2 inches at Hiawassee. Again, just depends on where the storms line up, and they could get some localized heavy rains in some spots. It's not really kind of a overrunning widespread event. Not getting that. That comes later in the year, not during the summertime. All right, so looking at our forecast map, you can kind of see that stationary boundary. It's stuck. It's not going anywhere. It's just going to kind of meander, and eventually it'll wash itself out. And once it does, we're just going to be looking at plain old hot in here for the middle of next week before another system comes down heading into the following weekend. All right, and that should back our temperatures off once again. One thing I will say, the weather pattern has been pretty progressive this summer. We've kind of oscillated back and forth between a few days of hot weather, a few days of below normal temperatures, kind of going back and forth. So it's kind of, from my perspective, been kind of a typical summer for the most part. So here's our forecast for tomorrow. 85-72 there in Gainesville. Scattered showers and storms there. Again, all across North Georgia. Looking at your highs for tomorrow. Again, depending on when the storms are. If you're basically I-20 south, you're probably getting lower 90s first. We'll see, obviously, cooler temperatures north because the boundary's going to be stuck in that location. You see in 70s and low 80s there at the 4 o'clock hour. And you're regionally looking like this as well. So you can see where the unsettled weather is here across Alabama, parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, all up in this zone where the heaviest rain chances are going to be. Rest of your 7-day forecast looking like this, okay? So it looks like we'll bring it down to 60% on Saturday, subject to change, by the way. And then limited rain chance there on Sunday. We're warming back up, and ouch, look at that, 95 on Tuesday, 93 on Wednesday, and looked like Wednesday actually has a higher feel-like temperatures from what I was looking at. So pretty steamy next week, and then I anticipate by the next weekend the temperatures start to back down. So once again, a little bit of a roller coaster ride with those temperatures. All right, with these showers and thunderstorms around, you may want to be alerted when rain's approaching your area. So why don't you download our free weather app? It's absolutely free. If you got an Apple phone or an Android phone, go to the Apple Store, go to Google Play, put in North Georgia Majestic Weather, and download this great weather app. It's going to alert you on rain approaching your area, lightning, severe weather alerts, hour-by-hour forecast, nice future cast, so you can kind of see where that radar is going. They also just made an update and now actually will show power outages in your area as well. So again, go ahead and download this. This is brought to you by our weather app sponsor, Roof It Forward, out of Woodstock, Georgia. If you're looking for a good quality roof, give these guys a call. They'll take care of you. I promise you they do some outstanding work, and they also give a portion of every job back to locals children's charity. So it's a win-win all around. Again, I appreciate you guys checking us out here on this Thursday afternoon, almost to the weekend. We're almost there. We got one more day to go. So again, if you're new to the channel, help us out. Help us build this weather channel for you guys. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all our weather updates. So crucial. All right, that's it for today. Y'all be good, stay safe, and we will see you guys tomorrow. You guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Bye-bye.